Good morning. This is Sirena Nereida with Celestial Soul Wellness, and thank you for watching. We are talking about the solar eclipse in 19 degrees Pisces. Wow, what can we say about Pisces? Well, first let's start with the Sabian symbol. Okay, the Sabian symbol, a master instructing his disciple. When someone is a master, they are very experienced. They are very aware. They have worked from the bottom up. A restaurant owner would probably be someone. I'm sorry, it was just sometimes get little kids. Oh, she's videotaping. Uh, they um, they know the work of the busboy. They know the work of the sous chef. They know the work of the waitress, the host or hostess. They understand the accounting, the invoices, the ordering of the food, the disseminating, the importance of the comfort. You can't just own something, okay? You're not a master then. When a person actually has worked and is aware of every single position, and that is necessary to make something function. Okay, I know when I was in the Navy, we had these sign off sheets, and we had to learn from the basics. I mean, something so simple like a copier, we had to get signed off on it. But I mean, we didn't just learn how to work the copier, but to do everything in it, change the paper, the ink, and move what to maneuver and fix. I mean, you worked at it for about anywhere from 3 months to a year, depending on the depth of knowledge necessary. Okay, and before you moved on to the next item, or you would kind of slowly move on to something else, but still being a master on that and teaching someone on that. But you had to get signed off on it. And I think that's a good thing. It's kind of like when you're studying, you get signed off, by your grades. Your grade says, okay, you know this, but you don't know that. And so it really helps you know, no, am I being redundant? Be aware of what is your strengths, and being aware where one could need a little bit more studying or more practice, and developing themselves. That's if they choose to be in that field. I mean, sometimes we go into something, we find out this is not what I had in mind at all. I am out of here. Okay, and that is quite all right. And so, also too, is a disciple has to want to learn. If you go in there, and being an ex-high school teacher, how many times, and I taught foreign language, how many times, and also geography and history in the summer, and even English. Um, many times there were students, because the counselors just put them in anything. If a student or a parent is not going to speak up and say, this is our path, this is our goal, and this is what we want, they're just going to put them in these different classes. Okay, one has to speak up about the choice of how they want to live their life and what direction they want to go in. And so a lot of them were put into my class. And I wasn't exactly aware of that in the beginning. And so they were in the classes. They didn't care to be there. So they were not really disciples. They were spending time. And then as teachers, we were expected to have all the time these A's floating out. Well, if I don't care for something, I don't care how much you stand on your head and blow balloons and whistles and do dances or anything like that. I'm not going to put my effort into it. I'm not going to look at it. I'm not going to concentrate. And so that's very important, because as a disciple, we have to be, the master has to be aware who is a disciple, who wants to learn. And can we just say, well, forget it, we're going to learn to just teach to that? No, because sometimes there's things that is important to everyone. The majority of us walk, right? Okay, the majority of us have learned to use the toilet. And I say the toilet because not all toilets are in a bathroom or restroom. But and there's different, in different cultures, there's different ways of using the toilet. Some sit on the seats because the ceramic, because there's not an actual toilet seat, or they're thinking of the old style. when they sat on the, over a hole. But a true master can entice, at least a little bit, a curiosity in a person. And a disciple really wants to learn. A disciple is also going to put into practice. Many people learn things, but the difference is with the master is they're going to put it into practice, discipline themselves, no matter what the situation is. They are going to recall and they're going to put it into practice. They're going to not just wonder about it, but they're going to attempt different things and not just continue down a certain road. Okay? They are aware of the necessity of applying different processes and structures and moving forward. And they teach this to the disciples, saying, be aware for this, okay? A master also is aware of falling down and how to fall down. When we fall down, a lot of times you see parents with their kids, oh no, oh, you're. And the kid was fine until the parent made a big deal. They're like, oh wait, that was not a good thing. It was a learned behavior. They start crying now because of the reaction, the ridiculous reaction of the parent. The parent's job is not in protecting that the child doesn't get hurt. The parent's job, and let me make myself clear, and I am a parent and I'm a life coach, and with all the experiences, is to teach the child how to avoid from falling down, but in case if they fall down, how to get back up and how to fall so it's not so detrimental. Did you get that? And don't make a big deal, because you make a big deal about falling, then that child is never going to want to share with you and be honest with you, parents, that they're not doing well or they're having problems because they don't want to see and witness and feel the negative energy of your reaction. Hence, you, by your choice of reacting and not dealing and not guiding, are creating distance within that baby at such a young age. And that's why we have situations with the teenagers. Okay? So be aware of that, parents. And so being a master at it and being aware, you then learn to help and guide. But again, the disciple has to be one who wants to learn and is going to practice it. Now, thing is a master is always learning. It's never said, okay, I got it, that's it. No, it is aware that things are always changing. So they learn also from their disciples, okay? And that's what's important, because that's what makes them the master. They're constantly being aware and learning. Okay, let's now move on to continue up with the astrology part. Well, the saving symbol is the astrology, but it's the wisdom of the astrology of that degrees. So now let's go to how the planets and the luminaries affect it. Pisces can be a very blurry time. It is ruled by Neptune. Do not adjust your screen. I'm just trying to give you the effects of what can happen with Pisces. Things are not very clear. It is constantly moving from one to another. Some people are like, oh, don't do this. I will clear it up, clear it up. But are you getting the idea of how we are going to be seeing reality? Okay? It is we're not seeing things very clear, okay? And it could just be a little bit of, oh, whoa, what happened there? And then what is going on there and there? And then wait, I can't see things clearly, okay? But going back and realizing, okay, that Pisces does create that Neptune, all right? It's like seeing things through a bubble, so things are very out of perspective, Okay, things are very much not how you think they are, and being ruled by the solar being in there with this new bliss time, and that we're having many other luminaries. Chiron is in there conjunct that. Okay, we have Ceres, we have Neptune is conjunct. Well, it's a loose conjunction with the moon, the solar eclipse. Plus, we have Mercury, okay? And then we got Nessus right there. So, what's going on is our Mercury being our expression, we're being not so clear at things, okay, not very logical in the thinking process. There's a lot of romanticism, okay, because Neptune is the higher level of Venus. Okay, Venus is romance, but we have that, oh, that higher connection. If you'll notice that a lot of masters and a lot of higher spiritual teachers are not necessarily in romantic relationships because they're on a higher connection with the universe, with source, with our divine creator of all that is, which is Neptune, okay? And going up there and really connecting and being one with source. And when we connect, we are integrating our energies. And that's a quote, that those two words, integrating energies, from a good spiritual teacher, Matt Kahn. Okay, it's integrating those our spiritual energies, all right, and in sharing those energies. And so to the point that we do not mind because we are allowing those energies to flow through us. Now, some people feed and they attach, okay, because they want to feed their energies. I mean, the best way to get rid of energy vampires, and you know, energy vampires, they're the ones who like drama. They argue, they cause drama in public, okay, everything is about them. Oh, they say one thing and they do another. They're not disciplined. They have no fixed rules about themselves, and they whine, bitch, complain publicly. And so those are really people who are not grounded. When we do that, we are not grounded, we are not known, and we're looking for energy throughout. But when we are grounded, we are getting energy from source, our connection with the universe, divine creator, with Mother Gaia, okay? And we're being in the moment. Okay, these energetic vampires are going to be just going and going and going, feeding, 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 but they're never in the moment. They're either complaining about the past or they're looking towards the future, but they're not completely in the moment. People who, look at that. People who, when we go through depression or illness, sicknesses, and stuff like that, we are allowing, okay, there it goes, there it goes. Oh, I just let it go. A little, those little gnat things. I think it wants my tea. Let go. Just go. Thank you. That was easier than trying to catch it. Okay. And why is that important? Because Pisces shadow side is very needy and clingy and very unaware. They're positive. They're sunny side. Okay. We all have shadow sides and sunny sides. Okay. Is that they're creative, flexible, adjustable, and willing to try the new. Okay, and that is what's very important. They can be of service. It's a very, it's a submissive sign, believe it or not, and it's one of sharing. Okay, and really integrating their energies, and when they can integrate more with nature, they're not so clingy, okay? When they share their creativity, it's a dancing sign, it's a musical sign, very poetic, you know? So this is going to be a very high romantic ideal. Now, this is not I mean, sure, you can propose to someone at this time with this eclipse season because March 8th, we have the solar eclipse, and then the 26th, we have the lunar eclipse, and that's a portal. Remember, eclipse seasons is a portal. It opens things up. And so we're going to see a lot of, probably UFOs, ETs, connections with the different dimensions and planes of this universe. Okay, I'm excited, especially since my soul purpose is in Pisces. Okay, in the ninth house. So I find that exciting, exciting, exciting. Okay, and so we are having all these opportunities, but it is best to make decisions, I would say. Okay, I'm going to be very clear. We're going to have Mercury goes retrograde again, okay, before summer. So in springtime. It goes in every season it goes retrograde. So do know you're going to make a decision. It's going to have to get cleared up anyway, okay? Especially working with Pisces. So it just wait until, June. Okay, you're like, we're in March. I know, but to make sure, if you don't need to make a, a fixed decision yet, or know that the decision will be temporary, and that's fine. Okay, but if you're making a decision or requesting someone to be in agreement, do not make vows, contracts, or declarations or promises during this time, because you're not really seeing everything for what it is. Okay, it's almost like a Mercury retrograde aspect. Yet one feels is in the moment of that love and that intensity. It's not really passion, can be passion, but we have Mars is right now is in the beginning degrees of Sagittarius. So there can be, there is that passion. Yet at the same time, it's too far away to create a square with it, and with Mars to create a square with the solar eclipse. But it is in fiery Sagittarius, and it is saying let's go, but we're still saying with that Pisces going on, we have opportunities to heal because Chiron is right there. Okay, it's saying, come on, eclipse, let's heal in this direction. All right, and then Ceres, that mothering, that really that connection with Mother Gaia, using that healing and since as everybody forgets that Mother Gaia is just not land and earth, but it's also saying, the water, the depths of the ocean, using that to really heal and go inside of yourself and be aware. Don't be afraid of those emotions. This is a great time to heal oneself. Go inside. It's like, why am I feeling this way? Okay, stop complaining that you're feeling this way. Duh, it's like, why does this, doctor, it hurts every time I hit my elbow. Well, stop hitting your elbow. Okay? Oh, yeah. Okay? Whining and bitching and complaining. If you're an adult, if you're over 18, if you have children, you need to tell them, you need to guide them. You don't do that. Okay, you need to take control. No one's a victim. Okay, Pisces shadow side is all about being, oh, I'm a victim. They did it to me. No, you allowed it. You decided not to take control of your life. Okay, yes, I'm saying you because that's the Leo in me. My Leo Mercury and my Leo Mars does not allow itself to be a victim very well. So I'm not your typical Cancer, especially with my um, moon in Aquarius. Okay, so it's like no victimization here. One allows themselves to be a victim. They're saying, I am not going to make a choice. And usually they don't make a choice. People do not make choices because they're afraid that their choice is going to upset someone else. Hence, they're afraid, they're fearful, they're not going to have the love of someone else. Hence, they're really not being their true self. So they're willing to accept, they're not making a decision, knowing very well that that person they're creating fraud because they're allowing someone to love them who on the pretense that there's something else. It's a domino effect. Then comes resentment years later, hatred, anger. Well, I did this and this for them. You shouldn't be doing anything for anybody because you want something in return. Okay. And that is the bottom line. They got a lot of that going on in the Pisces. And Jupiter being opposite of this is saying, be analytical. Let's stabilize ourselves. But you got all these other ones that are saying no. Okay. And then Jupiter's right there with a Par Fortuna. And it's saying, the opportunities in this, the opposition, and it's going to be hard because Jupiter is kind of like an opposition with Jupiter is not really that bad, okay? It's almost kind of saying you're only going to get a little bit of support. But it really needs to analyze because and ground ourselves within nature and see the logic of things, especially since we have the North Node there. Okay, I mean, it is going to be such a blurry, nublious, wet time. One can even see that the weather, there's going to be more mist in the air, so you have more ultraviolet rays coming through. So we're sensing certain pain, but we're not getting the benefits, okay, of the sunshine. Is mist bad? Is fog bad? No, we also need that, especially in California. Okay, it's bring us moisture, right, and rain, but it can be over exaggerated also. So be aware of that. So if you're in areas that are high flood areas, be aware. Lift things up. Make sure the insurance is going. May have put out so the canals are going towards the plants. Be aware and take advantage of it and knowing at this time. Okay, we also have just so you know that too is I just want to circle something. Oh, we have let's see here. We have Venus is conjunct the vertex at the end degrees of Aquarius. So Venus is taking a step back and saying, slow motion here, okay? And do know, though, that by the time the lunar eclipse, it's going to be there. Wait, let me make sure I'm not making the same promises. I got my notes for there. Come on, Venus. Yeah, by the lunar eclipse, we got Venus right there. In Pisces, following through. So in these 2 weeks, in the eclipse seasons, even Venus is going to jump in and say, wow, okay, this sounds good. This feels good. I like it. And then 2 weeks later, it's like, uh-oh, I wasn't, I didn't see things so clearly. Oops, So be aware of that. And it's almost going to be like sudden, like, because it's with the vertex, okay? And so people say it's fated, it's karma. We say in astrology, when you got that thunderbolt, that's usually two souls acknowledging major, major karma debt. And the karma debt usually is because two people destroyed one another, hurt one another, two souls in a past life, and did not acknowledge that both deserve respect, that both deserve to be acknowledged, that they are a soul, that they are living energy. And, an apology. So a lot of times, the majority of that times, if we have that thunderbolt, the best thing is to say is go to that person, say, I'm sorry. If I ever hurt you in this lifetime or in a past life, I apologize. I recognize that your soul is so precious and that your soul is a treasure. I wish you well. And if you're meant to interact again, it'll bring you back together. But that thunderbolt is really an acknowledgement. And that thunderbolt, with goes very importantly with Pisces, because that thunderbolt is when you have the two different energies of the clouds interacting and creating. Okay, so be aware of that. It's a very magnetic time. The ions that are out there, okay, is going to be creating that, and people are not going to know how to react. So this drinking alcohol at this time is not a good thing. Be careful on taking prescription medication. If you really don't need to, drop it. because addictive tendencies at this time is going to be very popular among the people. Not good though, only to result in negative effects. Also, too, is the any drugs, especially hallucinated drugs. This is not the time to be taking ayahuasca, peyote. Smoking marijuana is not good because you're not going to see things clearly. Um, Doing those things unattended by, especially if you're a beginner, can really be detrimental. Okay, so if really one should be able to connect to higher source universe through their meditations and without the use of um, nature and plants, if one needs to take those, remember they are not really truly connected. Okay. So, oh, but it feels so good when I do this, and I can really astral travel. There's a lot of astral traveling during this time. Okay, I said we go through different planes, dimensions, going to the past and maneuvering ourselves. So be very aware. Okay, moving on. Okay, with this, we are talking about also we have Saturn that is conjunct Apollo. Okay, so there is a, and it's right there. It's a loose conjunction because usually when the degrees we use for conjunction for asteroids and comets and luminaries, it's going to be less than the planets. Okay, so we have Apollo there. It's meaning the notion, the awareness of the ability, what Saturn can do. Okay, for Sagittarius, of creating that stability, creating what it is and that connection of higher self. Now we're having a mutable T square, okay, because with the solar eclipse, with Apollo conjunct Saturn, and it's going to go now. First, okay, hear me out. Let's do some math. So let's go back to Pisces. We got Sybil at 23 degrees. We got Chiron at 20. We got the Sun and Moon, of course, at 19. Ceres at 15. We have Neptune at 9 and Mercury at 6. Okay, and if you want to go all the way down, Nessus at 3. Okay, so it's spanning. Now we have in Sagittarius, we have Apollo at 21. We have, Saturn at 16 for all those visuals, people who are visuals, okay, in color. And then we have Reiki at 9. Okay, and then we even have Mars there at 1, which is going to be square that Nessus. Okay, so that abusiveness, be careful because people are not seeing, there's a slight manipulation going on. So now then let's go over here to Virgo. So we have 22 degrees, okay, really straight, of a north node. We have a Para Fortuna at 19, and we have Jupiter at 18, okay? So Jupiter being on Jupiter can go about 10 degrees, okay, with their conjunction. So we got it that it's going, all that is going with the Neptune there, and even with Reiki, okay, of in Sagittarius. So we have a mutable T square, okay? I'm sorry, when I do that, sometimes it hits me that I don't think of it personal yet, my own chart, and I just realized my Venus is at 7 degrees, and so it's like, and then that my that Nessus is conjunct my soul purpose, my North Node. And I'm like, this is going to be interesting, huh? Stay grounded and be flexible and roll. Okay, now if you have um, anything in those degrees, I would say especially within 15 to 20 degrees, but you can expand it from 9 to 23 degrees in Gemini, okay? So if your sun sign is beginning of June, let's say June 2nd through, let's see here, through the 15th, you know, you gotta, you're creating a mutable cross there, okay? So there's going to be a lot of push and pull, and things are going to be changing. Okay. Now, going further on, let's see here. I'm looking. Is it Black Moon Lilith is opposite of Uranus right now, and it's creating another loose cardinal T square. Okay, because Black Moon Lilith is at 21 degrees Libra. Wondering what I'm looking at in my notes. Okay, looking at this. And so that's interesting because it's in Libra. It's that need of balance, but oh gosh, yes, I'm trying to create equality, but really I'm doing that. I'm trying to create that balance. I'm trying to create a fairness because I do realize that it's to my purpose. This is where we say, it's a win. You want to create win-win purposes. Be like when I was studying to be a nun, yes, back in the days when I was a teenager, very, very young. Actually, I'm not young no more. I'm still very, very young at heart. Um, that I was just thinking when I said that. Sorry, a lot of things are coming in, and I'm being ADD now. Very distracted. That Piscean, okay, is my mentor would say, be selfishly unselfish. So make sure that our selfishness is serving to serve an unselfish purpose. Okay, if I don't feel like cooking and I really like pizza, my son really likes pizza, I should say, let's go get pizza. Even though it's serving my selfishness because I don't want to cook, it's also serving what he likes, okay? Now, if we've been eating too badly, we'll get a gluten-free, yes, okay? Um, Pesto sauce, um, minimal dairy products, okay, minimal cheese, only enough to hold the things down, and vegetarian pizza, okay, with no sodium nitrate vegetables. Then I'm really, 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 really using being selfishly unselfish, okay, blanco mania. In Spanish, they say it comes out more negative, blanco mania. But know that this is a good time for that, all right? So, in that cardinal, because Pluto is conjunct Lilith right there. Now, Lilith, it has such a bad rap. What it was is Lilith is gets misinterpreted a lot. She's that confident, independent woman, and people think that Lilith didn't need Adam. And what happened was Adam was just a little bit too young to appreciate Lilith, okay, and not as developed. And usually, not until a man or masculine energy has gone into his 50s, can he really appreciate or gone through his Saturn return and can he appreciate the confidence of a woman, an independent woman, and that is more or less what is happening because you got Pluto right there, conjunct Lilith, and Pluto is looking at him going, huh, I'm envious of that. And Lilith is like, well, I'm here, but I'm going to go. I'm going to go do this. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to try. And yeah, it's going to hurt. People think that that independent, confident woman doesn't have a heart or doesn't care, have emotions. On the contrary, to be independent and successful, we still need to interact. We need to be flexible, be very aware. Okay. You don't, when you're independent, you are not a cold-hearted person necessarily. Just taking advantage of opportunities that are there, creating opportunities by developing oneself and not sitting on their laurels, realizing, okay, how can we be flexible in different situations? All right. They're less clingy. Okay, does that mean that that means they're very involved in developing themselves? It doesn't necessarily mean that they're opening up to every Ron, Tom, and Dave. And I'm thinking of the RTD buses. If you went, if you're in the LA County, you remember, people say, oh, there's another opportunity in 15 minutes. Ron, Tom, and Dave are coming by you know. So, but people forget that, and so they mistaken Lilith and giving her a bad rap. Lilith has learned to really explore and open up her depths of within herself, and you confident women have done that and really appreciate it. And you've learned about yourself, and so you can show others how to really enjoy you and share that, and also how to enjoy others, okay, and not be very limited. And so that is very good that you do that, and guide others with that. This is a very important time to guide Pluto, because Pluto's having a hard time because he's the father figure. He provides. He's having issues with all this, and Lilith needs to say, sweetie, this is how you can really provide. Provide with passion. Provide with letting go, but knowing your limits and boundaries, but being aware. Okay? Provide and breaking out from your self imposed um, incarceration, imprisonment of condemning yourself, and just say, oh, I got it. I learned it. Let's do it again, and get up there and go. Okay. Um, and then when you have that, black moon, Lilith there hanging out at 21 degrees, and finding the possibility that one can enjoy the depths of that confident, independent woman, okay? And still feel fair. That masculine energy does not have to say, oh no, that's scary, okay? They can enjoy it and be part of it, and knowing their own limits and boundaries. The man is really learning about himself and not saying, oh, now I have to emasculate myself because there is an independent, confident woman around. No, it doesn't have to be one or the other or competition. Okay, it can be, let's put it together and let's enjoy and really create, okay, and teach, okay, because remember, Capricorn is the father figure there, and to really teach that. And then now let's take it a bit further, because we have that loose cardinal T square happening. And then with Aries, we have Uranus right there, and it's saying, hey, look, pay attention. Whoops, suddenly. I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay. And that Jupiter, I'm sorry, no, not Jupiter, that Black Moon and well, yes, that Jupiter in Virgo, okay, at 18 degrees is trining that Capricorn. So it's saying, yes, we could be logical. We can ground ourselves with these changes. So let's do that, okay? So you're going to see a lot of feminine energy coming out at this time. And that doesn't mean, oh gosh, I got to emasculate myself. Oh, a lot of, use the, ladies especially, or even those, who have feminine energy, bring out this sunny side, not that, victimization, shadowy side, drunkenness at this time, and making fools. Be creative, dance, be artistic, okay, and really enjoy. It's very important, and to show that, you know, you know, have fun with life right now. Woohoo! And just really see that, I'm finding, and I'm gonna, part of it is I'm showing that here with you guys, so that way you can see the different possibilities. Okay. Um, I'm here seeing stuff here, trying to see if I can play with it more, but I'm not going to, okay, because then I'm focusing on that instead of on the astrology. But really, really enjoy, be creative, draw, be part of things, okay, paint, and really have fun with that, okay, and let those energies just intermingle with one another, with the stars. Remember, the stars are energy, okay? We are energy. We're constantly moving. And this is a very high spiritual time. Remember, Pisces also represented, those who are into Christianity, one of your master, one of the main masters of Christianity, Jesus Christ, was represented by the fish, okay? And it's fish of going in opposite directions and trying to go. And when you go in opposite directions, you're creating that wave and learning how to surf, how to swim in those waves. Now, be the positive side, because I encounter so many people, oh, I'm very Christian, and they're like, I'm very Christian. As Christians, so we don't go into that they say no. The Bible mentions astrology very much, and the healings, the miracles, all about energy work, okay, and being connected. I mean, your Jesus Christ was um, very much a vegetarian, and very much one who walked barefoot. He was a Essene of the Nazareth, so very, very studied, and had to be disciplined, and was well received, and used the fundings that, I mean, goodness, remember, a lot of people get Mary Magdalene and all those. There's Mary's name was very common. I mean, it means coming of the sea in that area. So many people were Mary. And, the funding there and the support, there's a lot of support of that healing, and that is the time. So, it just, be careful who you're listening to, okay? Because who you think is a master and aware of how much studied they are, and their choice of interpreting, because their choice of interpreting has their own personal agenda that they're pushing. And so I like to see more female ministers as myself, and female reverends and pastors, okay, who are very knowledgeable and can help the interpretation. All right, and we're not here to emasculate anything, but to bring awareness, okay? Because that's sometimes we need to be careful of that feminine energy going into a new field. A lot of times they use that masculine energy to say, to compete, and it's really not one of competition. It's one of creating a balance and bringing awareness, and that is what is very necessary in this day and age, okay? So if you are having those now we have that I said that cardinal T-square there. Okay, now if you, in that cardinal loose T-square, if you have any planets within, I'd say, that's 16 to 21 degrees, all right, or even, 15 to 23 degrees in Cancer. If your sun, your moon, your ascendant, you are creating then okay, a, uh, a cardinal cross, I mean, a cardinal cross, yes. And so those energies you're going to feel. All right. Now, let me just see here. We do have Saturn and Apollo that, well, Saturn mostly in Reiki that are trine with Sappho. So Sappho being also in Leo is creating a lot of creativity. Okay, and a lot of openness and acceptance and enjoyment, and a pleasure searching and having fun with it. So, and entertaining and really just letting go. Okay. Um, this is a time of just sharing. It's a time of sharing, but knowing our limits and boundaries within those sharing. I'm just seeing here, do we have anything, which is trine, Uranus, a loose trine, but it is with that Reiki. So there's a healing process using passion in the fire, but also again with Saturn there, and it's saying be careful, be balanced, and be aware of our limits and boundaries, okay? And that this is a universal time. Okay, the only personal thing about this solar eclipse is one of allowing to the past to dissolve, and allowing it to dissolve, slowly, not just cutting off. This is a time of dissolving, okay, and coming apart slowly, and allowing a new beginning to happen, especially because we're going to be having that lunar eclipse, all right, on the 26th. So stay tuned for the personal forecasts and the tarot and the healing and the yoga and meditation. Just so you know, in case you're going to move on, is that please join us. We're going to be at Bosa Chica Pier 26 on the 26th, which is Holy Saturday for the Christian religion, okay? For the drumming, the lunar eclipse release drumming ceremony. There's a fire pit. We're having, please, it's a potluck. All ages are welcome. Please bring your own drum, okay, or a pot, that you could bang on and create a rhythm, or any kind of musical instrument. If any kind of, it doesn't have to necessarily be a drum. But join us for that. We're going to be writing things and doing a release in the fire pit, and bring your children. Okay, do check the weather, because I'm not going to put it out there on YouTube. Say, oh, sorry, it's raining. No, if it's raining at noon. If it's raining, I'm going to say at noon, it's canceled, just so you know, okay? It can, being that it's in this eclipse season with the Neptune, but we'll see, and hopefully not. Maybe it'll just be nublious, okay? And so join us, please. And this is Sirena, La Sirena Nereida, enjoying the depths, okay? Just so you have fun. It's really interesting. My name, meaning mermaid, and my sole purpose being in Pisces in the ninth house. So I like that. And that's why I'm La Sirena, because Nereida comes from Greek mythology of the 50 daughters of the sea god Neus. All right. So if those of you who didn't know and thought I was just being very, and being a Cancer, my ascendant is Cancer, and I'm a Cancer Leo, and having been in the Navy, my name, La Sirena Nereida, is well deserved. Okay. Chasito, hold on for the rest. Hola, hola, soy Sirena Nereida. Y vamos a continuar. Oh, I'm sorry, this is La Sirena Nereida. I forgot I was doing this in English, and the other one was in Spanish. I'm going back and forth, back and forth. Okay, wonderful. So let's do the individual forecasts, okay, for the different signs. Aries, you have the full moon in your 12th house. So the solar eclipse. Wow, let me focus. The solar eclipse. Let me write that down so wherever my mind is, I stay focused. Okay. The solar eclipse in your 12th house. Now, this is a good time to repose, to rest, to really ask yourself, if you're going through healing times, it would be good to take some time out, and just ask yourself, Source, the universe, what it is that you need to do for yourself, okay? To be better, to be happier, to be more abundant and prosperous, and in whatever way you think is successful, okay? Because when we say, whatever I need to do, because a lot of times people are looking outside, but you need to really connect, and this is very important because you're having that a square, that mutable T square happening in your 6th house, which is your daily activities, your 3rd house in your communication, siblings, and also technology and education, and your 9th house of higher beliefs. So really taking that time and saying, what can I do? Talk to yourself. Ask your ego, you're the inner child, okay? Say, on behalf, what can I do to make you happier? What can I do to make you healthier? And really take some time and listen these next 2 weeks. The lunar eclipse is going to really bring it in what you need to let go, and the solar eclipse is really going to bring in what you need to add, okay? And really communicate with yourself and be flexible. This is a time of change. So initiate, you're a cardinal sign, initiating. So initiate that change already. So that way it doesn't happen to you. Okay, the energies need a change in your environment. Wonderful. Let's continue. Okay. Um, Taurus. These are, you're having a solar eclipse in your 11th house. The 11th house, a lot of people is going to say, oh, stepchildren, your goals, teams, mm, your friends, okay? And oh, this walnut is delicious. I know you can appreciate that, Taurus. Okay, so we're having new things that need to be changed. And if you didn't think of anything, do it, because if not, it's going to happen to you, especially since we have that mutable T square. Okay, and this way you can make it happen the way you want it, because when the universe pushes it, you're not going to be happy. And you're such a fixed sign. You're like, no, and want to stubborn. And you'll put in your roots, your tree roots, even deeper, and thinking, I'm not going to move. And what happens? Even trees get knocked down, if not by the wind, by lightning. Okay. So really think about, has the goals that you have been going towards, the aims that you've been going for at this phase of your life, has it been really helping you? Has it really been making you happy? And if not, then you need to change it, okay? Or adjust it somehow, and see and really get involved. Bring in new energies, new airs, connect with new groups, um, connect with kids, and really have fun and entertainment. Dance a little, sing, okay? And rearrange your values, because some of those values were good. I mean, look, at we had the values of the Leave It to Beaver and Brady Bunch, of what family values were, and now it's totally different. I mean, in a sense, sometimes the family is better to be a one-parent family, because the parent then focuses more on that child. And then when the child goes to the other parent, they focus completely, as opposed to coming home and, well, you're in charge of the kids, I'm going to be doing watching TV. So it's really making parents be more interactive, both the male and female. It seems that's what the collective consciousness wants, because otherwise it wouldn't be tending towards that way. Okay, so, and your joint finances, the way your joint values, your joint material aspects are also taking an effect. The way you transform yourself. This is a whole good time for a transformation. Okay, and a few years ago, you had several eclipses hitting you. And then you had changes happen to you in your relationships, your relationship with yourself, when Saturn was in Scorpio. And now you're really kind of, okay, all that upheaval, now you're like, I know which way I want to go. And now go towards it. And it's okay. It's okay. Um, Change is good, and be happy for it. All right? Okay, Gemini. Gemini, we're having changes, the solar eclipse happening in your 10th house. The 10th house is your public display, not your appearance, but your public display, what the public knows of you, and how you are as an authority figure, how you respond to authorities in your life, or superiors, supervisors, bosses. Okay. The authority figure, a parent. So some astrologers will say it's your father, some will say your mother. I would say it's the one who has the most um, uh, pull and say so in your life that you have allowed. Okay, and having that, So those things are going to change. Perhaps now you are having the opportunity of becoming, okay, an authority figure. Maybe you are a brand new father, okay, or you are stepping up as a supervisor. Okay, so all those opportunities, and it's changing because the way you now take that position, it is changing your root chakra, the basis of who you are, really expanding it in beautiful ways, okay, and bringing in more light to you and describing you and giving you more characteristics and who you are in life. And this is going to be affecting then the way you present yourself, all right? So, and the way you are as a partner, because now you feel you have more worth, confidence, and you're willing to give more or willing to not because you don't feel like you need to grovel, or if you've been being very submissive at work or with others to just get recognition or worthiness, you are no longer in that position. So really take advantage of that and apply. If there's an opportunity to get a higher position, go for it, apply. Don't worry about the ands, ifs, doubts. You never know, okay? Sometimes a person just, they want to hire someone else because of their smile. They want that positive energy, okay? And that's what matters. Cancer. All right, Cancer. Hello. Cancer, this is happening, the change of solar eclipse in your ninth house of beliefs. Your connection with source, with the universe. Oh, gosh. Mm, the great white light, okay, with all the different planes and dimensions, with the great divine creator of all that is. It is beautiful. You are getting a new opportunity. You have gone through a certain phase of your life where certain belief systems have helped. And now you are getting the opportunity to change that and really share that because it's in your ninth house. So you're getting too connected with other travels, with places far away, other cultures, okay, and other philosophies. And at the same time, with the T mutable square, then have opportunities to teach it, to share it, okay, and heal others through it in your area. Okay, you always bring in those ideas from far away and bring it back home into your neighborhood, into your surroundings with your siblings and with your cousins and your aunts and uncles. And that is wonderful to share that. And at the same time, because of that, that's going to allow you to heal that 12th house of healing and really repose and give that. You're kind of like the wounded healer because by doing all that and doing all that sharing, you get to heal. And you're going to, by healing too, you're going to do those changes in your everyday activities. The way you communicate with your pets, bigger pets, with your assistants, with your coworkers, with your employees, um, people who help you around at home, okay? And how you change your daily activity. If you've been doing one hobby, maybe it's time to change it, okay? If you've been working out all the time at night, maybe it's time to change in the morning now. But change it. Bring in new energies, okay? Open up that window and let the air in and breathe in and just let it all out, okay? One of the reasons I know I'm going to share this with you, Cancer. I know my biological mother when I was younger, when I was in the Navy, I loved to travel even before I was in the Navy. She always told me, you need to get out, you need to travel. You're getting that itchy and irritating, you're starting to become annoying. I was like, and it reminds me of that scene in Chocolat, okay, um, where she's out there next to the river and going, she feels the wind again, that east wind. Or was it the west wind? Why the wind, where it was time to pack up and go. And I could relate that sometimes you just, and a lot of times people, they need to get out, Another way to do that if you can't travel is to rearrange things at home. Your the method, okay? Sometimes we get stuck in such a routine, it is no longer beneficial, though it's safe. It is not bringing in new energies into our life. And so we need to bring in those new energies, okay? All right. Leo. Leo, we are having opportunities to transform ourselves, okay? Other people's money, finances, the taxes have been a concern. Um, Even the way you interact and you express yourself sexually with your partner or partners, okay, all that is being changed because really your value system is changing also. You have a mutable T-square in the 8th, 2nd, 11th, and 5th house. And so your values, what is important, what you thought were important is no longer important now in this phase of your life, this new chapter, okay? Um, Maybe you're picking up a loan so that way you could change things around to go towards a new goal, to help out your children or do some kind of entertainment project. But really, really start being more creative with yourself. This is where your sacral chakra is opening up, and it's going to affect your solar plexus chakra to really develop, and allow that flow. You're fixed sign, so you're kind of like, this is going to be a little bit irritating, this solar eclipse, but instead of irritating, be more or less look at it as a wave, saying, okay, there's waves here. Which one am I going to surf? Which one am I going to like? Knowing that you got to move. You can't just sit there. If not, the undercurrents are it's going to take you out. Either way, you're going to be taking and going out there. You're not going to be out there in that ocean forever in that same area. So you're going to have to decide is the best way to look at it, okay, Leo, and see what is best for you. And if you're in charge with other people or working, but what's really best with you, you're going to change those who you get along with, your friends, because of those new goals and who you associate, and be more involved in entertainment with the children and laugh more. Okay, remember they always say the more we laugh, the happier we are, and the happier we are, we create higher frequency. Remember, we are all energy, and if we are all energy and we're higher frequency, we manifest or we realize what it is we really want in life. Remember also, this transformation is so necessary because at one point or another, you wanted change in your life, and yet you weren't going for it. So this solar eclipse is going to push you to those, push you towards that way. And down deep inside, he has like admit, okay, that you wanted some change, except you never really took a hold of it and decided which way to go. Okay. And that's what happens when we don't take control of life, life takes control of us. So really take the time and take some time to go for a walk, or let the kids run at the park, sit on a swing, okay, or go on the merry-go-round, and really, really start taking control of it, of what you want. But do know that change is inevitable. It is a must. So whatever is going on now, just let it go to the side, you know, and look towards the horizon for better. All right, because it is tremendously, it is. Okay, so Virgo, you have changes going on in your partnership, okay? Solar eclipse. Okay, what do you consider as a partner? What kind of a partner do you want to be? Okay, and that's very important because you have Jupiter also in your sign, and you are growing as a person, you are witnessing, you are experiencing. And yet you also have Saturn in your 4th house. So not only have you been experiencing, you've had to restrain yourself too. You've had to cut back on things. You have to come to certain realizations in your 4th house. That also represents mother, okay? So do know that having that going on what kind of a partner you want to be, what kind of a partner would you need, do you need? I mean, check for your Juno. We know what we lust for, okay, that Mars, and what we are attracted to, that Sun, and how we love that Venus and our fifth house. But really look towards that Juno of, especially if you're a female, what it is you need, okay, in a partner. Sometimes that partner that we need, we're not even, it's not even romantic, it's just someone in your life who can represent that, okay? Um, by knowing that too, you're going to decide and change who you are, how you're displaying yourself, what it is you want to give, what it is you cannot give. Sometimes we give too much, okay? Um, Especially because we want to be of service, especially the Virgoians. You are such um, service people. Yet at the same time, are we doing those people a favor? I know some, then we resent it that we're being taken advantage, or we're giving too much of ourselves, when really it, we're just bleeding ourselves dry. I know that we have some children that want to give, and they're almost their parents' servants, who are Virgorians. And then you have the husbands who are the slaves of the wives, or vice versa. And then you have the parents of Virgorians who are slaves to the kids. Um, One of the nice things, that I learned about parenting is not doing for the kids, okay? It's guiding and teaching the kids so they can do for themselves. I know that I went into the military as a reservist, and I ended up paying my own finances, got grants and loans and all that, for my college and higher education. And though my parents were, could afford it, it was just something to be expected. My own individuality, my own independence, and it creates such a. And when there's a will, there's a way. Let me tell you, when there's a will, there's a way. Sometimes we just need to change things up. I always tell my son, no te dejes por vencido. All right? Just because one door closes, it doesn't mean it's another. And that's something too, Virgoians, because you're a little bit exhausted with this Saturn opposing you right there in your fourth house. And it's kind of restricting. So really, really allow that instead to be a restriction, is reminding you what it is that you cannot give, okay, and what is not up to you to give. Just to, if you don't have any milk to offer the neighbor, then you don't have any milk, but you can offer them sugar, all right? So only offer what you can and focus. And that's very important, because in your 10th house there, with this mutable T square, your career, it really is, it's going to be going through changes. And you, as an authority figure, a supervisor, okay, you are no longer going to be staying there. You are going to make those changes. You have to make those changes happen. And because of that, it's going to change who you are, how you display yourself. So remember, when we do not take advantage of those waves that are coming towards us when we're surfing, the waves are going to hit us down, or we get to take advantage and we go for fun and have a great ride. So it's up to you, Virgos, what it's going to happen, but it's going to happen. And the good thing, though, great thing about being a Virgo is that you guys are mutable, flexible. So you are ready for this. You knew these changes had to happen. You tried different things, and now you're like, okay, let's do it. And this is going to be good. It's good. Trust me. And just go with it, okay? And there's no guarantee. What I say by trusting is, I trust that this is a great solar eclipse. It's gonna, have, it's these things are gonna dissolve, but it's gonna bring more also. Okay. So, all right, Libra. Libra, we are having changes happen in our everyday life. Okay, our activities. Time to amp it up a little, change it up a little. Maybe you've been working out at night. Now it's time to work out during the day. when we don't take advantage of the new energies, it becomes stagnant. And it's almost like dust getting caught up in a corner there. And then you get dust bunnies. And though it's not doing bad, it's not doing good either. And then we get like spiders festering in it or ants and things. And we wonder what happened, you know? It's just dust. Yeah, but there was no energy allowing it to circulate. So open up those windows, Libra. Really allow it. Time to heal. You guys are so into the harmony of your partnerships, okay? That sometimes you are not really healing yourself. You are allowing yourself to be submissive, hoping that you're not going to be abandoned, that you could still get the person's love, but then you become resentful because it's not the kind of love that you needed in the first place, but you're just trying to feed a fear of not being worthy or not being lovable. And so you try to adjust yourself to please everybody else, and you are not even being you. Who are you? Okay? Um, are you dealing with your priorities? What are your priorities? And focus on that. You have chosen on those priorities. That partnership are with those priorities, and that is who you are to share. Okay? To so really heal yourself at that time, and do that by changing your activities, your daily activities, your workout. If you've been doing weight training, it's time to do some swimming. Change things up a little. Also, a lot actually, your eating habits also, and the way you interact with pets. This is an opportunity to really talk with your pets and your coworkers, but pets, I mean telepathically, psychically, clear audio wise, because there's so many different words for it, energetically. So because we have the 2 weeks, it's a portal right now, Libra, and you are so in tune of the harmony of energies. So really get an opportunity to make that connection with those pets, and let them be part of you and you part of them. But to really go take some rest, step out for a few weeks, okay, and just focus on you. Focus on being outside, taking your shoes off, feeling the grass underneath your feet, okay? Reconnect with your siblings, your cousins, aunts, and uncles, and reconnect to what is it that you believe. What is it that is your higher connection? If you can't travel, not then watch the Discovery Channel, the Travel Channel, read, watch foreign movies, see other ideas, ideologies, and philosophies, and just let go of the mundane every day here. Bring in that new wonderful energy. This is a great time to just change all that up, because it was an old phase, that chapter. Let that chapter go and let that new one come in. Okay, you're a cardinal sign, so you start things, but now go all the way to the end and finish it. And then, with that harmonious energy that you really like to share, you will be able to. Besides, you guys have an eclipse happening, so a lunar eclipse of endings anyway with you and your partnerships. So might as well just redevelop that and see what's important now. It's going to dissolve, but it's okay because it wasn't bad. All right. It was necessary, and it served a beautiful purpose in your life. And now you have other purposes. Okay. So now we have Scorpio. Scorpio, you're having changes in your areas of romance. How do you interact romantically? Okay, do you like that connection? Do you want that depth? Okay, how you interact with your children also, and how you're interacting with entertainment. What is entertainment for you? How are you having fun in life? This is all changing, and it's wonderfully so. You're taking on new things of change and fun and more opportunities to laugh. And if not, do it. If for no other reason, because it's good for us, and do it. Say La Sirena said so. Okay? Nereida knows. Always have fun. I mean, you guys know I'm a dancer. I'm always having fun. Oh, if I don't have fun, mm-mm. Everybody says, how come you're always happy? I make sure I have fun in my day, everyday life. Okay? It has to be. Life has to be good, has to be fun. Even when when I had my digestive problems, I had to still eat deliciously. I wasn't going to eat yucky food just because I had digestive problem. Everything has to be fun. Okay? Even my work has to be fun. And so if it's not fun, it's no good. I should not get involved. So the name of the game, Scorpio, is have fun. Focus on enjoying yourself, which is cool because our 11th house, okay, you're having Jupiter there that expanding there, all your friends and your goals and your aims and how you want to interact. At the same time, you're having opportunities to transform yourself, okay? I'm looking here, sorry. Yeah, okay. And so there's opportunities of transforming yourself. Certain things you're going to let go in your life, Scorpio, and other things you're going to bring into your life, okay? I'm looking here. You have a Saturn in your financial aspect, which is fine. You know, you guys are. I mean, of course, money is money, but taking a little bit back and seeing your values, you're reevaluating who you are, what it is that you think is right, what is morally right, what isn't, what for. This is good because we go through different chapters in our life and you're a fixed sign. So a lot of times, you know, you're like, I barely got this chapter down. Let me enjoy it a little. Yes, 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 you enjoyed it. Now it's time to up it and change it for what it is and really see how it is that you can enjoy even though you're having some financial restraints. Okay, there's other ways to deal with things and really enjoy. It doesn't always have to be about money, and you're going to expand anyway, you know, through other aspects. Okay, so really, you know, your eighth house is giving, if you have planets in Gemini, you know, you're going to really be able to offer that and really open that up. And with that transformation, you're going to end up being that authority figure. All right. So see how it is. That eighth house is transformation, is sex. It is also joint finances, which could be from any kind of loan or anybody you owe money with or need to pay money to. Okay, could be a mortgage, could be the taxes, could be car loans, student loans, credit cards. Okay, I'm going to start one. So see what's going on that, but really enjoy the changes. Sagittarius. Okay, let me, Sagittarius, we have changes going on in your fourth house, your home. All right. There's new opportunities, the basis of who you are too. All right. You're like, all right, all right. Things going on, perhaps even with your mother figure. Some astrologers will say the fourth house also represents, can represent the father figure. It depends on the version, how it's seen. So I'm going to say one of your parents, the one who will be more giving of love in this case, okay, and nurturing. And so all that changes. You're going to have opportunities to supervisor change, or you becoming a supervisor, going for a new job, authority. The authority figures in your life are changing. Not necessarily that they are changing, either an inner change or it's going to be an outer change or just a whole different change completely of who they are. And that is important because then the way you see your partnerships, so your partnerships and what you're willing to give in a partnership is changing. Uh, you know what you need. Look at your Juno, where your Juno is, what sign it is. That is what you need. We know what we lust for. We know what we are attracted to. But what do you need? What is it that you need to feel fulfilled in a partnership? If you need a partnership, okay, and really see that because those ideas. What are you willing to give in a partnership? What are you willing to be? Saturn is going through your sign, so you're having some constrictions happening, restrictions also, and changes. But it's good because you kind of wanted it. You felt like that energy was getting stagnant, that you needed it. But make those changes yourself, because if not, they're going to happen to you, and you're going to be like, oh, we don't want victimization and all that. And it's just better that you just go already and make those changes. Choose what is it you really would like different. If not, sit with yourself. You got the at home, go outside and just sit with yourself and say, self, what can I do for you that, what can I give you? Meditate. That'll make you happier. And that way I could be more giving for other people. And sometimes that's the best way to do it is by asking that. Ask yourself what it is you need. So that way you keep giving to others and it's not going to work. So think about that. Take the time really for yourself and recapture those times, okay? Because perhaps you're going to move with the solar eclipse or go to a new place, all right? Doesn't necessarily mean bigger. That would be Jupiter in that house. And in this case, we have the solar eclipse there, okay? In fact, we have Saturn in your first house, so, you even might be losing weight. Hopefully it's a self-imposed losing weight and getting toner, and not because from an accident or things like that. Because if you don't take the decision to take care of yourself, then the universe will do something in which it'll make you take care of yourself, and so your appearance is going to be changing here, okay, and how you represent yourself also. So take that time, really, really, ask yourself what it is you would like, and have fun with it. That's the important part, okay? You guys are like the Rolling Stones. Sometimes you need to go out in nature by yourselves and go ahead, do that, reconnect and see. And that'll give you all the answers you need, all right? Okay, Capricorn. Capricorn, we're having changes in your it seems like it could be with your siblings, your cousins, aunts, uncles, the way you communicate, even with technology, the way you communicate with technology. Maybe you're buying a computer, okay, a tablet, a phone, satellite, some way in which you are going to be more active with the technology. And this is really good because at the same time, you're getting opportunities to really see how it is that you deal with the higher belief systems and education. Perhaps you are going to start teaching a class. You're going to have opportunities to go to other lands, foreign lands or faraway lands, and learn new philosophies and ideologies, which you're going to bring back and share, okay, with the people that surround you in your everyday life, okay? Whoa, there goes a nut. Almonds. Okay, sorry about that. Also, too, is a time to really start taking notice in your daily activities, your health. Clean it up. Drink more alkaline water. Let go of those purified bottles. No good. You're trying to give yourself arthritis. All right, no distilled water. Don't none of that. Distilled water is only good for like about a week, and that's it. More than that, it's only good if you're going to do like a detox, and that's to help that. Your body just focuses on the shakes and everything, well, the juicing, but outside of that, no, because we need the nutrients from the water. So alkaline water is the best. Get an alkaline machine. I know there's several that you can get. Not all alkaline machines are also clear out the fluoride, so be aware of that. And a little bit of fluoride is not going to kill you. So they say, oh, but my pineal gland, my pituitary, eat basil, it'll clear it up. Trust me. Okay, if I can do it and I still have fluoride in my system, we're good. Okay, get involved with your older pets, your co-workers, the people who help you out, your assistants. Okay, let's see here. And just change things around. Take more walks. Be active in your daily life. Stretch more, do some yoga, tai chi, martial arts. Really change it up and enjoy life more. And then a time to heal. Take time away also for yourself. So you're being more active, but at the same time, you need that time for yourself to repose, to rest, to really take it all in and give to yourself because you can't give to other people. And this is very important because by doing that, Saturn is going to be doing changes in your life in a couple of years. So if you know and very aware that those changes are a necessity, everything that you thought it's going to need to change, all right? So really, really take that time and see how you would want those changes. So that way, when that wave, that Saturn wave comes, you're riding it for the advantage of those changes, okay? So let this be a little bit of a positive thing. Stay positive because sometimes you Capricorns can get very negative and cynical and annoying, all right? Oh my goodness. As a Cancer, I attract Capricorns just as even in friends, I have family members, and it's just like, seriously, you're only focused on the negative. There's so much positive in the world. Okay, whatever you focus on is what you're gonna live. So your reality is all about your focus. Okay, so if you think something's difficult, what's gonna be difficult? If you just know that it's a change, it's just a change. You've made it through this much, you're gonna make it through so much more, Capricorn. And again, drink a lot of water. This is a fruits and veggies time, more alkaline because of those knees and your digestive system. You don't want to be breaking out too because your skin, the skin is represented by Capricorn, okay? So make sure you're drinking, stretching your feet. I'm right now twisting my feet around. Dance a little, walk, 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 get that circulation going, okay? And if not, give me a call. You guys know I'm an alkaline nutritionist, health coach. So, besides life and relationship coach, I'm here. Give me a holler. We'll get you back on the good and getting straight and healthy. Okay, so now let's have Aquarius. Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius. Here we go. Where am I? Aquarius, changes are happening in your personal finance sector. Also, the second house is not just your personal finance, it's also how you see your morals, how you value yourself, your confidence. Okay? And see, Ragnar's agreeing, Aquarius. Okay? And these are bringing more umph and wonderful to you, which is good, okay? You need it because sometimes you were going a little bit low there for a little bit, and you being a fixed sign needed that push, all right? And so you're seeing what it is, how you are valued, and because of that confidence, you are now aware of how you want to interchange with other people. Your eighth house is about transformation and sex and other people's finances. Also, your 11th house of goals and friendship, and then fifth house of fun. So now that you're having more confidence, you're aware of what you're willing to give, your limits and boundaries, which is the eighth house. Okay, in the second house, you know how much more you want to enjoy. Go have fun. The more fun you have, but good, clean fun. Okay, this is not a time for alcohol because you're going to get all, ooh, okay. Have that good, clean fun. Then you're going to be able to really value yourself more. New things need to change, okay? So, when we change things up, we feel better. And when we feel better, it is good. So that's a necessity. Let's see here. Uh, your goals are going to be changing because of this, and with that, who you interact to help you out with that. And also too is really develop more like dancing, laughing, go into the entertainment industry, see more movies, all right? And really, really enjoy yourself, value yourself, because there's only you. And if you ever doubt yourself, take your thumb, look at it. Look how precious that thumb is. Do you know how precious that thumb is, Aquarius? Let me tell you, it is so precious that our government has us, when around 16, 18 years old, take an ID picture, And then we put a thumbprint, and that thumbprint, it identifies us as a very unique, authentic, wonderful selves. Okay? So, this is how precious you are. Remember that. Okay? My moon is in Aquarius, so I sympathize and have a lot of love for you guys, okay? And empathize. So, Aquarius, you are wonderful. Take it. Enjoy it. It's time to do it. Okay, Pisces. Whoa, well, everything we talked about in the general is happening anyway. You are changing how you're displaying yourself, what you want to do, how you want to, what kind of people you want as partners in your life. What do you want to offer as a partner? What are you willing to offer as a partner? How things are going at home. Okay, changes are happening with your mother. The way you interact with your mother could be with your father, but in your homestead. How it is that you want to, and because of this, what you are willing to give at home. All right. And this also changes as how you are as an authority figure, how you are. Yes, the Pisces as an authority figure. Okay. You can be very negative sometimes, and we need positive. I actually know a Piscean who is very positive, but outside of that person, outside of her, I know a lot of negative Pisceans. Okay. So, it really matters what kind of combination they have. Okay, actually, my son is a Piscean a rising also, and a wonderful Peruvian friend of mine. I think she's wonderful. She is a Piscean, Taurus rising. So those are two Pisceans that are very positive. Okay, because sometimes Pisceans get a bad rap, and I need to lay out the positive energies. I like to balance. It's my Jupiter and Libra. Let's balance out those energies. There's some very happy Pisceans out there. Okay, so they could be fearful. Oh my goodness. But once they break through the fear and remind you guys that you've made it through. Now, my sole purpose is in Piscean, but I need to learn the sunny side of Piscean, not the shadow side, okay? So, really letting this go. Your relationships are changing, the way you interact with them, what is important to you, okay, in those relationships. What are you willing to give? What do you need in a relationship? Check in your Juno. Your Juno is going to be what you need. You know what you're attracted to. You know what you love. You know what you would like, you lust for, but what you need. And when we're saying relationships, we're not always talking about romantically. This is what you need in your life, romantically or not, to give you that balance, okay? Um, what it is too is how you see yourself. Or, okay, these are things that you are changing. What kind of authority figure? How do you nurture yourself? Are you to just yourself? Uh, Go for a raise or for a supervisor job, and move on up. Expand yourself in that way, not in this way, okay, or maybe in this way, but in how you can offer, because you guys just love helping others, all right? And sometimes you like to lose yourself in helping others, but sometimes helping others is delegating and guiding them, instructing them, being a mentor, which is so much more important, okay? And this way it changes who you are too. So maybe you were wearing glasses, you're going to wear contacts now. Maybe you had contacts, now you're going to wear glasses. Maybe you change also, some kind of physical aspect that uh, represents now this chapter of your life. Not saying that the other one was bad, just that this is now more you. Okay, so well, this has been the individual zodiac forecast, and this has been, I am La Sirena Nereida, and always, thank you, namaste, thank you for having me in your lives, in your thoughts, and just it's a privilege. I really take it as a privilege for allowing me to serve you and helping you and being available to you. It is wonderful. Uh, I have so much I just want to say with this eclipse and just thank all of you. But Do you know that I'm with Celestial Soul Wellness? We have healers all around. And give us a call, give me a call, text me. If you call and it goes to voicemail, please either leave a voicemail or text, email me. Be aware too, it is best that do know that our time and effort is always appreciated. This is what we do. This is our career. So, we accept all contributions and donations. It's how I feed my hungry 16-year-old son. Oh my gosh, that guy can eat. And I don't know where he puts it, that aquarium boy. It's good. It's good because we eat alkaline. So most people might eat only one steak. He eats two, which is good. Okay, because the rest is all vegetables. We don't do simple starchy carbs. Okay, so any help is wonderful. Also, do know that if you leave a comment below and it's regarding your chart, go ahead, be aware that there's at Sirena's Celestial Soul Wellness at gmail.com. Okay, you can make a payment there. I'm available as your personal life coach and astrologer for the year. And we have payments. We have it for 6 months also, and also for the month. So do know that we have different availabilities. And let's see, what am I forgetting? We talked about healing. We talked about health and astrology. Well, let's go to the health part of this aspect. Please stay tuned. And if not, you can skip over to already to the meditation and the tarot cards. So enjoy.